Alright, so next is going to be a Waluigi fight. A fight, as if. So, we're going up against the top contender so far of the Fire Cup. And, go figure, it's the arch-rival of Luigi, Waluigi. Now, if we could have a brief moment of silence for Waluigi's amazing theme. This game has a ton of personality, and I love it for that. Alright. Waluigi, as I've said already, is a defensive character. He also has Dry Bones on his team, which is the defensive sidekick. The defensive characters, their Deke is a bit unique. They actually teleport forward, similar to what Boo's skill shot is. If they the higher the balls charge, the farther they'll go. And if you place yourself effectively, you are actually able to teleport into the goal and score that way. This makes Dry Bones, Waluigi, and Daisy formidable to deal with, needless to say. Also, that Monty Mole. But in addition to what Dry Bones can do as a Deke, its skill shot is one of the best in the game. It basically fires forward a charged ball full of electricity, which will make impact with the goalie. Dry Bones can then immediately follow up with this and shoot on goal, and almost always make it in. And he can do this from any distance, too. It's just a matter of being able to shoot on goal right after that. Now, you may notice that at the top right there, I have Luigi's head as an item. This is actually Luigi's special ability, which is exactly the same as Mario's. Giant Super Luigi! He basically turns giant, and he can go around and step on the other, his opponents, which will bury them slightly. It'll take them a little while to get up, so if you're able to stomp your opponents into the ground and then immediately go for a Mega Strike, it's a good way to get them to fall for it, really. Mega Strikes are not guaranteed to work when they are activated. That is to say, when you start activating one, you're still vulnerable, so you're still able to be hit out of it. It's advisable, I guess is the right word, to, if you see it happen, and you know you can make it, go for it. But if you see them still pull it out, shake the nunchuck, because that will distract them from actually nailing the perfect, like, parts of that, what is it called? The scale. It actually shakes up, literally shakes up the scale. As you can see, Waluigi got a star item. This is actually a common CPU strategy for them to do. If they have a star item and the captain has the ball, they will like to try to do a Mega Strike. If you try to go in for them and then you get close to it, they will activate the star, preventing you from doing anything. There's Waluigi's special ability called Waluigi. He makes a wall of thorns, which are impassable. Waluigi is actually able to make a box around himself with the... Okay, here we go. Oh! He's actually able to make a wall around himself and force a Mega Strike that way. Whew. I'm getting a bit distracted. I'm sorry. I just like this game. Oop, let one in. No shutout for me this time. How about that crotch chop? Item. Ooh. In case you couldn't tell, the music in this game is also excellent. Koopa Troopa's theme, actually, is a bit interesting. It's a remix of I Like to Move It. which even on, I believe, the Mario Wiki says it's a remix of the I Like to Move It song from Madagascar. I mean, I'm pretty sure that did not come with the movie. Like, I'm pretty sure it had its own identity before the movie even came out. Toad's theme, if you might have been paying attention earlier, is a remix of Big Boo's Haunt. It's merry-go-round at the basement. So that's nifty. Every halfway point of a cup, you get another news article. Superstition fueling victories? Luigi rises to top of standings as he stomps on competition. Some say Luigi is just getting lucky and current run will not last. Now we're going into the next half of things. Let's check out how the stats are. Currently undefeated. GF, I believe, means just goals scored. GA, I believe, goal assist. I don't know what that necessarily means. Currently in bottom place is Peach with 3 losses, no points. Bowser's got 4 points from the 1 win and 1 SD. And Waluigi's right behind us with 1 loss to us. So there we go. I can also check the schedule to see who we're up against next, although pretty sure it's going to be Bowser, because that's how it normally goes. If you have a set order for the first half of the cup, then you would do that same order for the next half. Okay, Galactic Stadium. I'm pretty sure this has no gimmick, just like the Vice, which we were on last time. Now, it's almost guaranteed that if you are a balanced character or power offensive character, and you go up against a playmaker or defensive character right at the start, they will get the ball before you. So, what is recommended by me, anyway, if they do get the ball, if you are going up against them, and right at the start, they will get the ball. I don't know why I keep stuttering. The best option for you to do is slide tackle. Not only do you have decreased, like, land, or is it really landing lag? I guess it might be. Then, using the body tackle, you also just get pretty much a guaranteed hit on them, and steal the ball in that regard as well. Because with slide tackles, it just knocks the ball out of them, but with slide tackle, you have the potential of stealing as well. Let's get Super Luigi. Hey guys! How's it hanging? Also with Super Luigi, he basically has the power of a power or offensive character when shooting, and I believe also passing. I could be wrong, though. Now, Mega Strike is not always a viable solution when it comes to needing points, although sometimes you do have to rely on it. No, stop it! So you may notice that the opposing team now has a Chain Chomp. What that item does is, when summoned, it will chase all 4 of the opponents. You are able to outrun it, but it does last a little while, so you may need to be quick on your feet. Hopefully it'll come up again, but earlier, Peach's Captain's ability showed up, and that, if you couldn't tell, had a property about it where it would freeze all players captured in that area temporarily. And the benefit of that is, well, they are out of the game temporarily and cannot move, giving you some ample time to position yourself and, well, yeah, get a shot on goal with maybe a stronger shooter. I also like the side of Peach where she can show her angsty side. Also, items do not work on the goalie except for bombs, I believe. The stronger the bomb, of course, the harder the hit. And these are actually able to be discerned by how many of each item show up in your inventory. If there is a multiplier followed by a number, they are small, however, they are frequent in amount. If it is one item, it generally is just one big item, and they actually have explosive property on them if they last for too long. I believe that's mostly the case anyway. What else? Okay, so there are a number of different items. Of course, you've seen the bombs, the shells, and the bananas. There's also the mushroom, Captain's abilities, Chain Chomp, Star. I feel like I'm already missing one off the top of my head that's a very obvious one, although I cannot think of it for the life of me. But yeah, with bananas, they're actually an interesting item, because instead of just having the one big one and then 3 smaller ones, just like every other item, there is a 1, a 3, and a 5. So bananas are very frequent, although kind of ineffective in the long run, at least against AI. Oh, spiny shell. So there are green shells, red shells, blue shells, and spiny shells. The green shells are your basic shell. They don't really do much special, at least different to the other kinds of shells. They just kind of go forward, and that's that. With blue shells, they freeze enemies, unlike the Mario Kart item blue shell, where it will pursue first place and explode. It has a freezing property to them, or they have freezing properties to them. They can also come in 1 or 3 variation. There's also the red shell, which, just like in Mario Kart, will home in on the opponent. Also come in the giant and 3 variation. Peach getting mad at her subordinate. Oh, right, spiny shell. They do not explode on impact, and by that I mean they don't break on impact, rather. They will just keep bouncing around until they finally just disappear. The giant variation, of course, will still do this, and will bury opponents, just like every other giant shell, and will still explode at the end of it. But unlike the giant shells for any other kind, they don't... I think they last longer. I think that's what sets them apart. What else can I really talk about? Guess I could talk about the other skill shots, although I don't know if we've seen all the other sidekicks yet. Okay, so the Sand Tomb, we actually have a gimmick stage here. On the edges of the stage is sand, obviously. The sand will slow you down, which will hinder your movement. There are also thwomps that will periodically rain down from the sky and crush you. You see those shadows on the ground in those square areas? Those denote where the thwomps will be landing, and when the circle shadow gets larger, that tells you that they are really about to strike, like right there. I feel like I was about to... Oh, right, I just see there's Toad and Koopa Troopa here on Bowser's team. Toad's skill shot is a fire shot. You might have seen it earlier. What it does, when it is shot on goal, it basically gives him a 6-power shooting stat. But the goalie will almost always block this, and when he does block it, his hands catch on fire, thus preventing him from grabbing the ball. I think this makes it easier to shoot on goal, although I can't be certain because I've never had it work. As for Koopa Troopa, his skill shot is a giant shell that he shoots forward. This will stun the goalie temporarily and will make it easier for you to shoot. It's not as reliable as Dry Bones', for example, but it still works. Most often than not. Birdo's is also very similar. She shoots forward an egg, but is almost always guaranteed to go in. It will stun the goalie and bury him. And since it's a shot on goal and aimed that way, of course, goes in. He activated his captain's ability and his star while activating the Mega Strike. Okay. Can I also mention how awesome the Mega Strikes look? Just seeing this edgy, quote-unquote, post-apocalyptic, super-powered Mario soccer game is just both amazing and hilarious at the same time. There we go. Oh, Bowser's sad. Sorry, Bowser. Although I'm not sorry. Check that out. Ding, ding, ding. KO Punch activated. I probably shouldn't bring Smash Lingo into this, although I kind of did earlier with the landing lag. Boom, Luigi! Oh, that's Bowser's Deke. He goes into a shell, and anyone who tries to attack him during that time, or get close to him even, will take a hit. There are the spiny shells, and there's another goal. Believe me, if you think I'm having an easy time now, wait until we get to the Striker Cup, because that's when things start getting a little more ridiculous. The AI, if you're not prepared for it, the AI gets brutal. Very quickly, in fact. If not the Striker Cup, then the Crystal Cup. Aww. The sand will also make you miss your shots sometimes, so be careful with that. If you see an opponent passing the ball to their own teammates, you are actually able to intercept it with your own button press. You can either intercept it with a shot or a pass. Like, for example, Bowser was about to go for that ball, but I jumped in and passed it with Boo. Playmakers and offensive players are also good at getting the ball away from the opponent, whereas defensive and power players are not so much, because, you know, passing skills. Even if you don't intend to make a goal, it's always good to charge up a shot and then release it before you do a skill shot, if you don't have enough items. Because if you want to get things as chaotic as possible, this is how you do it. Generally, the switch player button will target onto whoever's nearest the ball, but not always. Sometimes you do need to press the button a number of times before you get to the player you want, but for the most part it does target the player that you really want them to target, the one closest to the ball. What was I saying? Never mind. Toad, of course, is not an offensive or power character, so shot without skill shot is lackluster at best. If I could grade the sidekicks from worst to last, I'd say Toad is at the bottom. Let's see. I'd actually put Dry Bones near the top, Monty Mole and Birdo near the middle, Hammer Bro right below Dry Bones, Koopa Troopa and Shy Guy. Actually, I put Shy Guy right below Hammer Bro. Koopa Troopa near the bottom, but not at the bottom. And there was one more, wasn't there? Boo. Boo would be near the middle bottom area. Probably right behind Monty Mole or Birdo. I'd put Monty Mole behind Birdo, actually. Like, right behind her. Or him. However you see that. Alright, so now that we're done with the main cup... Actually, forgot we still have Waluigi to go through. Never mind, forget I said anything. And Hey, Waluigi, you got a loss there. How do you feel about that? Yeah. Now we have another gimmick stage, the dump. It's actually not too gimmicky, but it's similar to the Wasteland in one way only, and that's the physics for the entire stage. But unlike the Wasteland, there is no other extra hazards to worry about. But yeah, with the dump, it's just sludge that you're walking in. I think every character is slower by default, and I believe there's also some slippery physics. Also, I haven't mentioned it yet, but god damn it, I love Majimo's theme. Alright. So here's a giant shell. Oh! Oh! There's another giant shell. Also, after a red shell homes in on a target, it stops homing in after it reaches that target. This is mostly important for the giant shells, because once they hit their target, they just keep rolling. But with the smaller ones, they just impact and break. That's it. Oh yeah, with defensive characters, if they do their deke with a charged ball, that charged ball is then reset back to square one in terms of power. Ooh, I got a chain chomp. I don't often get those. Get out of here. Walk, walk. Ow! Should not have gone there. Oh, dang. Oh, dang. Oh. Chain chomp, you ruined me. Boom! Oh, dang. Oop. I believe there's also some influence with moving the control stick whenever you're shooting, but maybe not immense in terms of like where it will go. Because oftentimes you will still like aim a shot and it'll still miss regardless of where you shoot it from. So I can't really say for certain. Although, yeah, half court, if you're a power character or offensive character, a very good way of getting a shot in is hanging out by that area and then shooting. As long as the ball is charged, of course. Also, I hope to show it later. The sudden death in this game is a bit interesting in that the music is excellent. But sudden death, if both teams have tied points come into the game, then it'll go into sudden death, where first goal will win it. No ifs, ands, or buts. Whoever gets the first goal in, Mega Strike or no, they will win. I am not letting Dry Bones get off his skill shot. Or teleport, for that matter. I just got 2 items. Also, if you have 2 items and you want to use one of them before the other, just shake the nunchuck and you will switch them around. Oh, Waluigi. Monster. I wasn't even touching the controller for that one. Luigi was just walking right. At the end of the game, you're still able to score, but it won't give you any more points. Alright, now we're done with the main cup. So now I believe we go into semifinals, or just the finals? It's been a while since I've played through all this.